Hey guys, what's going on today? I am coming to you with the X-Wings Wave 9 Shadowcaster expansion pack unboxing. So we just got this thing today. We're gonna cut open all this plastic and rip this sucker open. Now this is from Star Wars Rebels. This is Ketso Onyo's ship as seen on Star Wars Rebels for the Scum and Villainy faction. This is the first ship that has a special new type of turret that is called a mobile firing arc, and as an action you get to move it, and it's the first thing of its kind to see X-Wing, and so it's very cool. Alright, so here is the ship. Now this thing is about as wide as the Ghost, but only about as half as long. We have a lot of really nice paint detail on this thing though. Here's the underside. Okay. Really pretty. I can see a lot of people wanting to paint this with different schemes though, because you got a big flat surface right here, so I think a lot of customization is going to happen once people get their hands on this ship. Let's see what else we get in here. We've got our rules insert. We're talking about tractor beams and the mobile firing arc. If you want to read everything about the mobile firing arc, there it is. This ship has a new action where you can rotate your mobile firing arc, the rotate arc icon. Okay, and then we've got mission 16 over here if you play the missions. And then there is the dial for it. Lots and lots of green, so that's cool. All right, let's got our base. We'll do that later. Let's look at. We're gonna pull out the cardboard and the cards here first. All right, so first thing you'll notice when you look at the ship bases is that at first it might look a little bit like a fire spray with the auxiliary arc, but these lines actually aren't representing an auxiliary arc. It's just separating it into the 4 different mobile arcs. So there's not a back arc. It's actually, you know, front, side, and back. And then we've got our 4 different pilots right there. And if you notice, Sabine is here. So Sabine, I believe, is now the first cross-faction pilot that appears. Well, no, Boba Fett was. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sabine's the first rebel to go to the scum. There we go. Maybe that's probably right. And we've got our dial here, which we've already looked at. Okay, and we've got some of the mission tokens. And then of course we got this beautiful token here. And this is this is gonna be referenced by one of the other upgrade cards. And then here is a little mobile firing arc. Doohickey.
All right, and here we're just going to, we have our base assembled, and this goes right on over the top here. And, you know, for your action, you just rotate it, and it slides nice and easy. Might slide a little too easy, perhaps, so I think that's something you'll have to take care of during gameplay. And then there it is. Like that.
So I'm going to set those aside because we're going to need those later. All right. Now that's better. That's better. All right. So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have here. So let's look at our pilots first. So we're going to start with Ketso Onyo. At the start of the combat phase, you may choose a ship at range 1. If it's inside your primary and your mobile firing arcs, assign a tractor beam token. So this kind of encourages you to keep people in arc in your front arc. So if you have them both, and if you're not using the turret, you get to, basically if you're keeping it forward, then you get to assign a tractor beam token to somebody, reducing their agility, you know, kind of a hunter. Okay. Asajj Ventress, we are seeing Clone Wars they just keep on creeping into this game. Either that or she's going to show up in Rebels Season 3 or something like that. At the start of the combat phase, you may choose a ship at range 1 to 2. If it's inside your mobile firing arc, assign a stress token to it. So that's just going to be extremely useful, right? Because she's pilot skill 6. She's got the EPT, so she can go up to 8. And you know you're going to have a pretty easy time assigning stress there because you're going to point it at an enemy ship anyway. This ship is also, by the way, you notice the double illicit on this ship? Isn't that awesome? All right, and they all have it. And double illicit is just sick. There's just so many combinations that you're going to be able to come up with that. This is the first ship to have double illicit, so that's very cool. All right, Sabine. When defending against an enemy ship inside your mobile firing arc at range 1 to 2, you may add an evade result. I'm sorry, a focus result to your roll, an eyeball result rather. So very, very cool. Extra defensive. She's got 2 agility already, so as long as she's pointed at the enemy, as long as she sees you coming, it's going to be extra hard to kill her. So this is a character you're obviously probably always going to want to focus with. All right. And then we have our generic at only 33 points. So you could fit 3 of these guys in a list right there, a 100-point list. And no special ability there for the generic. Okay. And now, okay, so we've got cargo and the debris cloud. Here are the tokens for them.
And dropping the cargo here is basically you use the one template right behind your ship, and it's treated almost exactly the same as a debris cloud, except that it's something you just don't deploy. You set there, so it counts as an obstacle. You roll damage and take damage if there's a crit if you cross it, and it gives you a stress. So virtually the same as a debris cloud, except it's one that you can drop.
All right, so let's look at what we have here. We've got Veteran Instincts. We've seen that already. It's a nice size, but there's another place to get it. We've got some Ketsu Onyo Crew. Scum only, 1 point at the start of the end phase. At the start of the end phase, you may choose one enemy ship inside your firing arc at range 1 to 2. That ship does not remove its tractor beam tokens. So that's pretty cool. So she has a lot of synergy with what Scum already has. Scum already has some tractor beam stuff. So you could maybe put her on with Zuckuss or with a Mist Hunter. That would be cool too. Lats Razzie. I didn't know Lats Razzie was female. Scum only. When defending, you may remove a stress token from the attacker to add an evade result to your roll. So that's kind of interesting, and that's like another reason you might not want to be stressed. I mean, I granted, if you're going up against a Lats Razzie crew, then they can survive your attack, but they'll de-stress you. I mean, it's interesting. Tycho probably wouldn't like her because he doesn't care. So very cool stuff. Black Market Slicer Tools, and this is an illicit action. Choose a stressed enemy ship at range 1 to 2 and roll an attack die on a hit or crit result. Remove 1 stress token and deal it a face-down damage card. That's pretty cool. So like stress has, stress is the big theme with this one. We have 2 of those. All right, rigged cargo chute. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. All right, large ship only. Action, discard this card to drop 1 cargo token, and that is this cargo token. So you want to drop stuff in front of people and have a lot of fun with that. That's going to be, I think, one of the more fun things to do with this. Not just this ship, but you can do this with a lot of ships. All right, next up is countermeasures. Well, we've seen this one already. It's there's another place to get it. We see the gyroscopic targeting, and this is for the Lancer class pursuit craft only. At the end of the combat phase, if you executed a 3, 4, or 5 speed maneuver this round, you may rotate your mobile firing arc. So it lets you do this for free instead of having to take an action to do it. Then we've got Tactical Jammer. We've seen this one already, and it's excellent. We only have 2 copies of it. And then, of course, the Shadowcaster title. And after you perform an attack, it's a 3-point title, so it's kind of expensive. After you perform an attack that hits, if the defender's in your mobile firing arc and at range 1 to 2, you may assign the defender a tractor beam token. So, IG-88D. You have the pilot ability of each friendly ship with the IG-2000 upgrade card in addition to your own pilot ability. So, they made it D specifically here, so you would be able to fly the IG-88D pilot if you were going to use this crew somewhere else. But now this is I'm really anxious to see what kind of combos everybody's going to come up with to spread out IG-88. Like maybe some, Boba Fett with cannons, getting the IG-88B double cannon shot. That could be a thing. You never know. But yeah, that's... let me know what kind of crazy IG-88 combos you guys are going to come up with for this. But what do you think? Have you picked up your Shadowcaster yet? And what do you think, guys? Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to get all the latest unboxings and X-Wing news. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Hey guys, what's going on today? I am coming to you with the X-Wings Wave 9 Shadowcaster expansion pack unboxing. So we just got this thing today. We're gonna cut open all this plastic and rip this sucker open. Now this is from Star Wars Rebels. This is Ketso Onyo's ship, as seen on Star Wars Rebels, for the Scum and Villainy faction. This is the first ship that has a special new type of turret that is called a mobile firing arc, and as an action you get to move it. And it's the first thing of its kind to see X-Wing, and so it's very, very cool. All right, so here is the ship. Now this thing is about as wide as the Ghost, but only about as half as long. We have a lot of really nice paint detail on this thing, though. Here's the underside.